Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm here with Deirdre Potter, Outreach Officer at National Parks Trust, and we're going to be talking about the Flower and Garden Festival. Welcome, Deirdre. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. My, you've grown.
I have. Since the days of Teen Talk.
Since the days of Teen Talk, yes. You're a member of Teen Talk crew. You went away to college. Now you come back and you're making your contribution.
I am.
It's good to see you. Good to have you back.
You too. Thank you.
Great. I'm proud of your success.
Thank you.
Because I feel like I had something to do with it.
I'm just living up to your expectations,
yes,
hopefully.
One of my Teen Talk crew members.
Yeah.
That's good. So, Festival in the Gardens. Tell me about Festival in the Gardens. What is that?
The Festival in the Gardens is the National Parks Trust's annual flower show. It really is a creative way to get the community out into the Giarani Botanic Gardens, enjoying nature, embracing nature, and engaging in conservation activities in a more creative way. So we will invite the public on Sunday, May 25th, 2014 at the Giarani Botanic Garden for a day of fun, food, and activities.
When does that start?
It starts at 12:30 p.m. until 5:30 p.m.
Okay. And you're going to have, so well, part of the goal is to get people to go green, or to get people to conserve or to recycle, and to bring attention to the greening of the BVI.
Right. The beautification, the greening, the conservation efforts, because we are nature's little secret. So you want to protect your secret so other generations and tourists can enjoy.
Okay. So you're going to have persons making floral arrangements. What's going to be the activities for that day in that event?
Okay, on the day of, we will have entertainment by the Makajimbis, Steel Pan, the Heritage Dancers. In addition to that, we will have Groundworks doing a live demonstration how to landscape your garden with native plants. Because although exotic plants are beautiful, they're still not native, and native plants grow better in our local conditions, obviously, because they're
custom to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
In addition to that, we have our floral sculptures. We will have a tour done by the National Parks Trust staff, and we will sort of showcase a few of the projects that we're involved in. One especially our Darwin Initiative project, where we're mapping the endemic and endangered species throughout the Virgin Islands. And as we map them, we would utilize that and those GPS points then to inform the development plan. So if your land happens to have some rare and endangered plant, then we would then be able to identify the plant, possibly get some samples and plant them in the Giarani Botanic Plant for the public to display and enjoy, and continue our conservation efforts.
That's interesting.
So you'll learn more about that and our seed banking project, because we collect seeds from them as well.
So we actually have plants in our environment that we are killing off. I know we kill off. I mean that's dying out. I should say killing off. That's dying out.
They're found here and not necessarily anywhere else in the world.
Really?
So it's important for us to conserve them. Yes, we have a new conservation collection at the Giarani Botanic Gardens with some of these plants. So
that's found no place else in the world.
Correct.
And we know this?
Yes. We do.
I mean, this is the first.
Really, we had a press conference last December and another one early in the year.
Okay, so we are protecting those plants, those species, by replanting them from wherever they are into Giarani Botanic Gardens,
right?
So that we could go and we could see them.
And we collect seeds from them as well.
And so you're going to replant them in other places in the territory?
We may not replant them per se, but we will keep track of where they are, the particular growing conditions there, and if it is indeed crownland, then we'll, hope to hold on to it. Or if it's within a proposed protected area, we'd want to hold on to it and conserve it.
So you have any names of some of these plants? Are they familiar plants, something that we can identify readily?
The Acacia anigadensis, that's my favorite one because that's the one I can say easily. That is found in Anegada mostly. It's also been noted in Fallen Jerusalem. It's also listed on IUCN's red list for endangered plants.
IUCN?
IUCN.
You have to tell me what that is.
I'll tell you after break.
Okay.
But we also have Malpighia woodburyana. That's mad dog. I may have said that wrong. But Acacia anigadensis, that's the easiest one you can say though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to say it.
And you know, the Mad Dog was recently in Fruit and Flower at the Botanic Garden. It's actually, if you touch it, it will irritate your skin and have you itching. But it gives a really, really beautiful white flower and a nice red fruit. It's absolutely gorgeous, not to touch, but to look
And you
at.
can't eat the fruit.
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. So any investigation is going to be done on these plants to see whether you can eat the fruit then? And do they have
Possibly.
any medicinal purposes?
Possibly.
When you boil the leaves?
Actually, I'm glad you said that because some of the plants that we're also mapping, we're looking for those that have cultural significance to us. So that we can hold on to those as well and conserve them.
So in the garden now, you're going to have many different displays, or a few
Yes.
different displays.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any pictures of the displays that we could show? That we have in the TriCast. I wonder if the producers have any.
Well, we did an activity today because Groundworks
Okay,
will
there
be
you go.
doing. Oh, this is a picture of us making terrariums. This is one of our competitions.
A terrarium?
A terrarium is a miniature garden.
Okay.
So the terrarium more likely would grow in a glass container. You first put layer of rocks and some charcoal, soil, and then you put the plants in. So you create this nice creative miniature garden. It's really fun. We did that this afternoon. And over here you can see Kristen and Isabel.
Those are school children.
Yes, school kids, community, anybody, everybody, we encourage to do that. That is Miss Rose Gardner. She's actually on our board. And
And she's getting ready to put the plant in the terrarium.
this one is the desert themed terrarium. So you use cacti and succulents. This one is more rainforest. So you use plants that would utilize more water, need more, they would require being watered often.
And these are all found here?
They are.
These some of the plants that only found here?
No,
Or
these are
those
exotics.
just-
These are more the exotics because they're small in size and stature.
So during this garden of festivals, but people that come they can get information about the various plants. You can ask
Yes,
questions. You're
yes.
going to have a tour guide.
Yes.
You're going to have people answering, giving out information.
Yes. So on the day of, in addition to the displays of the competition entries, we will also have Groundworks, like I said, doing the demonstration on how to landscape your garden with native plants. We'll have a general garden care workshop for anyone, whether you have a green thumb or not so green thumb, every and anyone. We'll also have the National Parks Trust giving a tour throughout the garden and showcasing the conservation work we're doing, both with our Darwin project in the endemic and endangered plants and our seed banking project.
Okay, so I could come and I could learn how to plant,
Yes.
what kind of soil to get,
Yes.
how to lay it out, and
Yes.
how to make, and what kinds of plants to put in what kind of soil and to make
Exactly,
a garden,
yes.
and how to landscape and all that.
Yes, and you can also visit our nursery and purchase plants. Because for Arbor Day, we give away free plants, but we also sell plants year round. So once you get your education and you say, okay, I want to have a nice, beautiful, flamboyant tree next to my house or what have you, we'll tell you the perfect place based on, what size land you have or where you prefer to plant it and
What
the
kind of
type of
soil you
soil,
have.
exactly, and how often to water it. We'll let you know what you need to do based on what you're looking for.
Okay, so now you're going to have, what are the activities you're going to have in the,
Well,
in
leading
the
up
garden.
to the day of the event, we have competitions for kids, youth groups, adult groups, every and anyone. So we have our craft competition. We call it our Trash to Treasure Recycled Arts and Craft Competition, where we encourage the community to use recycled items to create a Caribbean bouquet. So in the commercial, you'd have seen plastic bottles that were cut and sliced and sort of formed into making these arrangements. You can use yarn, paper, bottle caps, whatever, piques your interest. Be as creative as possible and just make a floral arrangement. So that's our arts and craft competition. We also have our floral arranging competition. And in the floral arranging competition, we have a few categories. We have floral arrangements for adults, floral arrangements for children, the recycled garden or the recycled plant container. And so we have an example here on the set where we use your typical household item, whether it's a dump truck, whether it's a shoe. We actually have a shoe, believe it or not. We have a shoe. Whether it is your high heel, your old hat, your whatever you have around the house, a teacup, you have a favorite helmet or whatever, you use the container, recycle it, and create a nice creative plant pot. So that's within our floral competition, but within the recycled container category.
And so whoever have the best creative art thing around the house, and the creative plant that's an interesting plant that's in it will win a prize.
Yes.
Okay.
The more creative, the better. Because they're beautiful. You have to admit, they are. Who'd have thought?
It's creative, yeah. Who'd have think to put
exactly.
a flowering plant in a shoe, and in your kid's dump truck, and your kid's gonna kill you for taking the dump truck.
But if they've outgrown it, it's a nice way for them to still hold on to it, but yet go green. So in addition to that recycled container category, we also have the terrarium. So that's the glass, whether a fish bowl, a jar, you just, put in your necessary layers. Yes, thank you.
Yes. Don't break up the terrarium and the dump truck.
So the terrarium, we have 3 categories. We have rainforest, which are the plants that prefer the wetter, more moist, humid conditions. We have the desert theme, which are the cacti that prefer it dry. And we also have what we call flower power, which is a single flower, whether a bromelia or an orchid, that can stand alone in a nice, beautiful container. And then, of course, we have our hibiscus category. Right. So we welcome any and everyone from the Hibiscus Society.
It used to be a hibiscus at one time, just hibiscus, various types and species and
but
colors
they still have their hibiscus show. They had it early in the year.
Okay, so that's separate to what this is.
So we welcome those persons that participated in the hibiscus show to also participate in our hibiscus category. Okay. Or if you have orchids or anything, just bring them out and enter the competition.
What about sculpture?
Some of the floral companies in the Virgin Islands were invited to create magnificent grandeur floral sculptures. So we'll see what they come up with.
Okay, so these are all various sculptures made out of flowers, just flowers alone. Okay, so you're expecting persons to enter into that competition as well. Is that a competition or is it just
It was more of an exhibit because we weren't sure how much response we'll get from it. But by all means, if anyone wants to, by all means, we welcome them.
And you're going to have entertainment, and how is it going to be arranged? It's going to be a festive event?
Yes.
It's just going to be, we're going to be walking around just looking at flowers, or are we going to have food?
There's going to be food.
Family event, the kids?
Yes.
What? Tell me about that.
So we have lots of activities for the kids. I have a picture of one in particular that I absolutely love. It's like a green Mr. Potato Head.
Okay.
So it's called a grass head. So you use recycled cups.
Hold it up a little higher.
You will use recycled cups or recycled.
And these are foam cups.
Yeah.
Right.
Or recycled yogurt containers. And you would create clothing out of whether fabric or paper or what have you. You cut out the eyes and the mouth and the mustache and dress it up. And you wouldn't believe that the hair is grass.
Well, yeah.
So you literally grow grass, and you can cut it and trim it with a scissors and style
and give it a haircut.
Exactly. So it's like a green Mr. Potato Head.
That's a great project for children to get involved with, and for teachers in schools to have a craft program or a fun thing to do in the school for kids, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So this is going to happen. All going to happen on the 25th. What day that is? That's
Sunday, 25th of May.
Okay, and it's from 12:30 until 5:30. Okay. Now you're going to have any music?
Yes, we're going to have DJ Sandfly. We're also going to have Steel Pan. We're going to have the Mukajimbis and the Heritage Dancers. So we have lots of entertainment.
Okay. And what you're going to have for children?
In addition to our activity, we have face painting. We have the Jost Van Dyke Bird Preservation Society. So they are going to have an activity for the kids. We're going to have groundworks. They're going to have a vertical garden.
A vertical garden?
A vertical garden. And so they've been working on that.
So this means a garden that's going straight
upright.
Upright.
Yes.
Instead of
exactly
horizontal on the ground.
So it's like a plant sculpture.
Oh, okay. So then how what are they gonna do? They're gonna have
you have to come to find out.
You know?
You have to come. I can't tell you everything. You have to come to find out. It looks really pretty. I've seen it.
Okay. Are there any particular rules that persons enter in the contest? Well,
yes.
First, before that, how do you enter the contest? What do you do? Just show up, or do they call you, or how do you get involved?
Leading up to the deadline for the entrance for the arts and craft competition is Wednesday, the 21st of May. So what you would do, you would bring before and on. Wednesday, 21st of May is the last day to bring your entries into our National Park Trust office, whether in Virgin Gorda or on Tortola. And what we ask is that you put your name, your age, the name of your school, and your telephone number on each entry so that we'll be able to contact you if you win a prize and what have you.
Okay. And what are the rules and regulations governing the event?
For the craft competition, we just ask that it be recycled material that is used. For the floral competition, each class has different rules and regulations. So the best thing to do would be to pick up one of these from our office, or you can find it on our Facebook page, and it explains everything for you.
And what's the Facebook page?
NPTVI, National Park Trust of the Virgin Islands.
NPTVI.
Yes, please like us on Facebook.
Okay.
But these rules were also sent to the schools, and they're, like I said, they're
and the rules on Facebook as
yes,
well.
they're on our Facebook page. You can pick them up in our office, and anyone that needs a copy, I'm more than willing to email it out. My email address is outreach@bvinpt.org.
Say that again.
Outreach@bvinpt.org.
Okay. And what are we going to win for winning? What are the prizes? What are the categories of prizes? And you got first, second, and third place. And
we do.
How many millions of dollars do you have for the prize money?
Well, we are working on, with Green VI, getting a recycled glass sculpture for our Best in Show prize. We also have some prizes from for the floral competition. We have first, second, third place, honorable mention, and of course, I just mentioned the best in class. So those will get ribbons as well as a T-shirt. And then we have some other nice surprises for the other prizes.
Okay. And you got any sponsors you want to thank?
Yes, I would love to thank our sponsors, Nagico and National Bank of the Virgin Islands. Without them, their contribution, this would not be possible. We're truly grateful.
And persons want additional information or miss some of the information we talked about tonight, how can they get in touch with you?
We are more than happy to answer any and all questions. Our number is 494-3904 on Tortola, and in Virgin Gorda, our number is 494-5051. And again, my email address is outreach@bvinpt.org.
So when they call National Park Trust, they could just ask you?
Yes. Actually, a lot of people do that. Yes, by all means.
All right, great. Any awards, and last thing you want to say? Invite people to come down, give them the name and date again.
Well, we just really want to invite you to a festival in the gardens, 25th of May, that's a Sunday, from 12:30 to 5:30 at the Gerald Neal Botanic Gardens. Come out for a fun day of family, food, entertainment, flowers, beautiful exhibits, and just an amazing day in nature.
Great. Thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you. Great job.
Thank you.
Yes. We're going to take a break.
Spotlight is brought to you by Tortola Concrete Limited and H. Lavity Stout Community College.